I got involved with Special Olympics because I have intellectual disability. I have ADHD, learning dyslexia, and I'm mentally challenged in some ways. By looking at me, walking down the street, and if you people know who I am, they couldn't tell, but I do have some areas. Oh, I got involved when I was 13 years old. It was either that or 13 years old when I started, and then as I got older, I got into trouble, and I continued to get into it and stay more and more into it, and then, I was like, this is something I want to do to prevent me from getting in cop cars. I grew up in rough settings, living in group homes and not having someone taking me in when I was up for adoption. I had nothing to do when I was in a group home. I wanted to do something. I grew up watching Michael Jordan and, Larry Bird, and it's like, I want to be like them, I do it, like I said, for a lot of personal reasons. Some of them have to do with staying out of trouble within being involved with the law. Other reasons have to do is because I enjoy being active. Other reasons have to do is because, not just it's a great thing. I just, just love playing sports. It's an opportunity for people like me, because when I played high school basketball, I got cut from the team, and because I had a disability, and a month and a half later, I joined the local Special Olympics team, and we went and had a tournament and played in Middlebury here years ago before I moved to Middlebury, and we ended up winning. Special Olympics, the team I'm on in Middlebury, it's around the year. I mean, when winter comes, we do basketball and skiing, and when summer comes, we do swimming, and when fall comes, we do soccer. So it's constantly every year. Every year I do soccer, swimming, skiing, and swimming. They're all my favorites. All the ones I do because I'm using my body. I'm not out there just throwing a ball down a bowling alley. It's just an arm exercise. I like to play in sports, getting involved with your whole body involved. I went to Lincoln, Nebraska to represent Vermont in the U.S. Nationals first time. All 50 states were there except for 3. I competed in aquatics, and I was on chemotherapy, and I came home with 2 U.S. gold medals in swimming. People from Texas, California, Rhode Island, Connecticut, all different states. And in my division, there was like 5, 6 swimmers, and I didn't know I was going to win. I had hopes, and I asked God every day during time trials to put me in a good division, for a division where I fit in, not too high, where my ability is. And then when I competed on Wednesday for medals, I asked him before I took off and, out of the locker room and, sitting in line with your swimmers you're competing. Everybody else was talking around, getting all happy and burning their energy. And I sat there and I was like, God, please help me. I want to come home with a U.S. gold medal. And I came home with 2. I got one in the 50-meter freestyle, and I got one in the 25-meter backstroke. And I got a silver in the team relay. We almost had almost had a gold. It's the greatest thing in the world. It's like having God sitting on my shoulder. They're not legally my family because I'm too old, and the reason why I asked them to be my family is I grew up 32 years without a family, and I had stage 4 cancer, and I wanted a happy feeling before cancer kicks me in the groin. I'm doing skiing. I haven't been on my skis in 3 years. I love it. There's 3 of us, and 2 of them are intermediate, and one's beginner. I'm an advanced. Throw me up on the top of a black diamond, and I'll come down. But when we compete, they don't allow us advanced skiers to compete on black diamond. They make us compete on something like a blue. I learned how to ski when I was younger. I love skiing. Yes, I'm hoping to win. If I don't, I don't. You can't always win them all. I mean, everybody hasn't seen my face in 3 years, and I've been hiding behind the closets due to medicals and personal issues. There are times our coaches can't make it, and as a team captain, I've been granted for years. They've called me up and said, "Hey Herb, I know you're not a head coach, but I'm not going to be there today. There's some volunteers from the college and students, and that you remember, and they remember you, and from 2 weeks ago, and they need some help with the athletes. Can you? Sure, why not?" So that day I won't be an athlete. I'll go out there and teach someone, hey, it's all right, kick the ball, keep dribbling. If you're swimming, move your arms a little bit higher. Don't be afraid of shooting the basket. Keep trying. Don't give up, It gives me the feeling is like, hey, somebody helped me out. And these people are a little bit younger than me and less skilled. I can feel like I'm taking something that was passed to me and passing it on. And it's an enjoyable thing, especially when you go to compete at a game and somebody you're playing with on a team, and after practicing, and then you go compete, and you give that friend of yours the soccer ball, and they kick the ball, and it goes in the net, and it's like, wow. And they're all happy, enjoy the first goal or whatever, and I look at them, I was like, yep, that makes me feel good because I helped them score. I taught them something, like my coach did. When I was on the Rutland team years and years ago, when I was a young kid, that's when I first started. I was afraid of water. People are afraid of heights and spiders and this and that. Then I was afraid because I'm looking in the swimming pool and it's moving around, and at the pool we were in, it had an octopus painted on the bottom. And by the water, it was moving, and I was just like, no, I'm not getting in there. And I finally got in, and I got over the fear, but the coach taught me, if you can get from one side to the other side as quick as you can, you're done swimming. So from that time on until I got older and kept getting older, I became a sprinter. I'm a sprinter in swimming. I'm not a long-distance swimmer. I would sink like a rock. Yeah, I'm just happy to have Special Olympics a big part of my life, like I said, Special Olympics is a big part of my life for a number of reasons, because of I'm high functioning energy. I need something to do, release the energy. I do it because it keeps me away from cop cars, and because I can fall in categories. There are friends of mine that have done drugs and alcohol, and I've gained so much, and I don't want to lose what I've gained. A lot of people, like I said, look at me and think, oh, he's a jerk, he's not dressed well. But they don't know what the inside is. The inside's a little kid crying at times, but sometimes that little kid is sleeping. And he's a man, even if he has on a pair of dirty shoes, what the heck? I mean, he might have on a pair of dirty shoes, but, he's got good clean clothes on, he's got a smile. That's what bothers me about a lot of people in this world. They look at you like, you're a piece of trash on the road, and they judge people, and it's not cool. What makes it right for me to judge you or judge them? I can't. It's disgusting. It's not our fault we were born with a little bit of screws loosed in our head. That's what makes us special. And that's what Special Olympics is about, is giving life enjoyment to athletes. And it's not about winning gold or winning silvers or bronze or ribbons. It's about getting out there, playing, having fun, giving everything you got. And if you can't win, be brave in the attempt. Because there is a Special Olympics oath that says, if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Give it everything you got,